Thank you, Beth. And I see the auditorium actually is full, which is nice to see that. I think everybody has been saying live conference actually way better than virtual. So usually I give a lot of talk on technique, a lot of talk on things related to subject of cardiology. What has been my passion for years has been change, means healthy lifestyle. What I see and what I do in the lab is the tip of the iceberg. When people come to me, they already are at what I say is an end stage. So the question is, how can we avoid? Yes, we've learned tips, tricks, how to take care of this end stage disease, but can we change it? And why I want to change it is because that could become a global change for somebody. So that is why lifestyle is something that I always wanted to, I practice and I wanted to preach to other people. If I can do it, I want other people also to do the lifestyle changes. So I'm just focusing today on a healthy lifestyle for healthcare workers, especially now in this current era just after the pandemic. I have no conflict of interest or any financial relationship during this lecture. So there are several publications related to healthcare workers' well-being. More important, the term that they keep using is what is called as burnout, and it has been amplified during the current pandemic. The reason was who took care of the pandemic was the healthcare workers, who were the frontline people who had to take care of these patients. So when you say somebody is burnout, it is not just physical burnout, mental burnout. And the question always comes, how can we take care of this? So taking care of this is one at the individual level, two at the institutional level. And I think we leaders who are in the healthcare have to make sure that there are some changes that will happen at the healthcare level as an institution. And what things have to do is how that practice efficiency, the culture has to change, the thought process has to change, what is wellness, and of course personal resilience. This is something everybody has to know, that nurses burnout in the US, it's rising over 30%, okay? And if you see here is a sad news that the New York State, which is up there, is about 36 to 47% nursing burnout. So we have to see how can we change these things. So what are the strategies? So this is just people say these are the things that should be done. Is one, to acknowledge that it is there, and there have to be several organizational changes to address what this burnout is and how can we help the healthcare workers to come out of this, change the culture, practice, and allow the person who is coming to work to change the schedule the way they like it. So these are all the changes that we think we should be able to do it. Now, this is another study that they said that in a critical care medicine where they change is self-scheduling, recognition of limited maximum number of hours they can work, and all these changes they can do. But if organization is not doing any changes, if a practitioner can do the change him or herself, is how to avoid stress reduction, get involved in the relaxation technique, especially what's called as meditation, if you can do meditation. If not, what you have to do is keep yourself healthy. How you are going to keep yourself healthy is that one thing, that if you are not able to do the exercises, there are certain things I will tell you what you can do, but be involved with your families, do your normal hobbies with the families, and get out of the workplace so that you know there is something you're doing what you like with your family. Going back to the physicians and all of us who work in the cath lab, there are studies showing that working in the cath lab is an occupational hazard other than just radiation. Why? Long hours of standing and wearing lead. Heavy lead can give rise to what is called as back pain, neck pain, ankle, hip, all these kind of injuries. And we see a lot of people have mentioned about that, and this can happen. So if you're passionate about your work, which I am very passionate about what I do, I got to protect myself, make sure I will be doing this procedure day in, day out for years and years to come so I can help patients. So I need to take care of myself and avoid these orthopedic problems that can happen to anybody. So other thing is back pain. We all know, see here, back pain accounts for 264 million workers out there, and this is the one important thing that they say. They call out for sick leave, and then what happens? They go. The commonest cause of back pain is because of the work, and as well as the ligament, as well as muscle. They go and have back surgery, and that's how they call for sick days, and it is a burden on the healthcare. So you can avoid that. Studies have shown yoga therapy can be done for symptomatic improvement. Various other exercises, which includes Pilates, other resistant exercise training, have resulted. This we are saying is change of lifestyle have resulted in better outcome for this kind of back pain. So taking all this into account, what we did, because like I mentioned, this was my passion, that we started with what we call as a run. We have started yoga for, it's not that we're doing it often, but as often as we do, people are enjoying it, and also very healthy cooking. And let me tell you, even during the pandemic, so International Yoga Day is on June 21st, 2014. It was recognized as an International Yoga Day by the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, who himself is a passionate yoga practitioner. Reason is it is summer solstice, the longest day of the year, and most of the people are believers that when you are under the sun, that you are happy and all these things. So we did not stop it even during the pandemic. We realized other way of doing it. We went through Zoom and we did the yoga. You just see all the healthcare workers are doing this yoga. Actually, we had over 100, close to 120 participants doing this yoga just in their house, wherever they were, and we just modified to whatever they want.
Come into Warrior 2, Dr. Keeney. So just pivot the toes out. There's a shift in the feet. The front toes are tracking forward, and the back foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat. Virabhadrasana 2. Big
why we are talking Virabhadrasana 2? It's called as a warrior position. Why warrior? Because you are we are healthcare warriors. Okay.
Stand through the fingertips. Good. Bend the front knee. And again, you go as deep as you want to go. You work as hard as you want to go. That feels safe, but like you're working. Reach it back for peaceful warrior. Good. Slide your hand back, back, back. This opens. This is a beautiful stretch for the front of the ribs. Come into Warrior 2, Dr. Keeney. So just pivot the toes out. There's a shift.
So this is my yoga teacher, who has trained me. She's American, but training an Indian to do yoga. But this is where I am. But because of her, I've actually advanced a lot. And knowing that of my passion, CRT Virtual 2021, I actually did live yoga session for all the interventional cardiologists. Over 300 interventional is there. We did chair yoga for them during the live symposium. So having this into background, what we, under my leadership, what we'll be doing, what is called as a health and wellness app, and the name we are given is called as CardiFit. The mission is to provide evidence-based health and wellness information which empowers people to attain healthy and happy life. Why this is different compared to the 500 wellness apps that are already out there created by cardiologists, okay? There's no wellness app that has been created by a physician. So essentially, if you want to live longer, okay, I would say you got to be physically fit and emotionally fit. Two things are very important. And the third thing is, as a physician, I would say you have to do lifestyle modification. So lifestyle modification changes the risk factors for the number one killer, which is the heart disease. So everything comes together. And then subsequently, other important problems which is related to that is obesity, which is rising in America. Then related to that will be diabetes and other vascular problems. Everything will be. So very important that you have to consider yourself. So as a person, you want to be a person, means a happy person. I think very important that you're a mentally stable person. For that, lot of things. This is evidence-based. If you see here, I have several references at the bottom saying that if you take some time for yourself, doesn't matter what it is, whether it is in the morning, during in between day, and all these things. Many corporate wellness, what they're doing it is before you come to work, before you start your work, go online and take 8 to 10 minutes of meditation, which is known to have decreased blood pressure, anxiety, any kind of pain, but more important is avoid symptom of depression. So when you feel good if you feel yourself good, you will then make sure that in the workplace, the culture changes, and that is what you're going to make sure everybody else that you're working with will be happier with you, and avoid the so-called, I would say, passive-aggressive behavior. That you're unhappy, then that unhappiness is just sent across to other people. How can you be physically fit? To be physically fit, you got to have good nutrition, okay? Once you have good nutrition, then you go to physical fitness. So this particular app we are doing, to start with, version 1, will be telling you various kind of nutrition that everybody should be having. Then we will talk about various physical fitness that you can do at your level, whatever their level would be. And then, of course, lifestyle modification related to, since I'm a physician, we have to make sure that we are saying these are the lifestyle modification that you need to avoid heart disease, stroke, diabetes, and other important things. Now, going to nutrition, you can go to any website, you can go to any apps. There's no apps that will tell you what is a healthy diet, what is a macronutrient, what is a micronutrient, various carbohydrate, fats, protein, why do you need it, how much do you need it, what kind of things that you need to eat. Everything will be included in this app. And the last time the thing I included is hydration, because everybody keeps talking hydration, hydration, hydration. Hydration is very important to continue your entire day work and for beautiful skin. Very important. So this is the various special diets that we have written there. These diets are for patients with heart disease, but again, they are for various other kind of disease processes that can be changed. So these are all the references. Based on the references, we have created this diet. This is for the version 1. Our goal is to go personalized in version 2 or 3, where we will say, depending on a particular person, that what is a diet, because a diet that fits person A will not fit a person B. So we need to change according to that. That will be version 2 and 3 of this app. Going to physical activity. There are several physical activities out there. So you can pick whatever you want. But how we made it different for this, that if you're really interested to look physically fit, and you feel good among your, that you want to feel good for yourself, various activities they are there. What we are going to do is based on each muscle that you want. It is entire body or based on the muscle. You pick a muscle, we will show you what kind of exercises you have to do and what kind of stretching you need to do for that particular muscle.
Navasana,
Now, yoga.
boat pose or full boat. Begin seated with your knees bent and feet flat on the floor, hands resting beside your hips. Draw your awareness inward and focus on your breath. Keeping your spine straight, lean back slightly and lift your feet, bringing your shins parallel to the floor. Draw in your low back, lift your chest, and lengthen the front of your torso. Then, extend your arms forward in line with your shoulders, with your palms facing each other. Balance on your sit bones, keeping your spine straight. Take care not to let your lower back sag or chest collapse. Lengthen the front of your torso from your pubic bone to the top of your sternum. The lower belly, the area below your navel, should be firm and somewhat flat. With an exhalation, Straighten your legs to a 45-degree angle from the ground, bringing your body into a V shape. Stay in the pose for 5 breaths and lower the legs and release the pose.
This was the animation we
Stand
created,
facing
and this
bench
is the
or a sturdy
exercise
elevated
videos
platform.
done by our
Place
fellows.
Both hands on the edge of the bench or platform, slightly wider than shoulder width. Slowly lower your upper body until your chest reaches the bench. Push your body up until arms are extended. Repeat as needed. Stand facing bench or a sturdy elevated platform.
So if you see that animation created, I think it explains everything. Like we teach the intervention step by step, the animation of the yoga is step by step, exactly how you can do it. And it is not more than 2 to 3 minutes. Nobody has patience more than that. So you can go over the animations. We will have videos. The videos created by, so it will be videos created by the healthcare workers, okay? So it is like if we healthcare workers can do it, we want everybody else to do that. So it is just telling people that you need to do this kind of exercises. This is just an example of what all things we can create, and this will be, videos will be available. So specific population that we are also going to focus on is heart attack, heart failure, for stroke, peripheral artery disease, hypertension, all these. We are special population that we will include what are the lifestyle changes that they have to do. Now, healthy lifestyle and benefit for most people, and I think what I want to extend also, this app would be for younger population, because for children. And the way we want to do it also is that maybe for children and school, that they will have it for free so that they would avoid smoking and drugs, because this is what is rampant, and also there's childhood obesity that is rising. To avoid that, even the basics of what is nutrition and what exercises they have to do should be very important for this. If family adopts it, then children will adopt it too. Just to show why yoga is important is that several studies have shown, it reduces inflammation, of course, better, decreases obesity, control of diabetes. Other trial that we are interested, what I always want to also show that, yes, we are doing all this kind of exercise. There's so many research about exercises, but there's no research to truly show why this exercise changes somebody. Okay, so to understand that, you need to go deep down and to understand the genetic profiling. So we know metabolic syndrome. What is metabolic syndrome? Is a combination of dyslipidemia, hypertension, diabetes, the whole shebang that makes somebody a risk factor to develop a cardiovascular disease. So the microRNA, that means everybody has a certain genetic profiling. So you check their genetic profiling before you give them a therapy, and then you check it after they've done the therapy, maybe after 3-4 months. So that is what is called as the SLIM trial, which we have IRB approval, and this trial is the first of its kind. Reason, because these patients, means whoever get approved, there will be doing yoga versus a control. Control will be, we will tell them, okay, you have to do these things, and we will be checking their genetic profiling at baseline, and after 16 weeks when they have done what IRB approved was only chair yoga. What we want to do this trial was by using an app. So patients will go home with an app. They will have videos of the chair yoga and all other the diet and other things that they have to do. So this is how they'll go home. The yoga sequences for week 1, 2, 3, 4, whether they're beginners, and then we will check their progress. Then they'll go to intermediate and advanced level, and we will also track their progress. Are they really doing it at home, or they just checking, saying that yes, I did it? So everything can be tracked, and when they come back to us, they'll have a blood test result. So essentially, to conclude, like we said, for healthy lifestyle, it is 2 things that's important. The workplace has to change, which we can talk to people, tell people, but at the end of the day, it's you. you want to make a change, then you have to change your lifestyle, adopt all these things that I have just mentioned, so that you are the one that is responsible. If you have made that change, then you can then ask your friends, your families, and the rest to make the change, saying that yes, this is very important. So the wellness application called CardioFit should be available in the next couple of months. We will be advertising it everywhere, and the goal is both mental as well as physical well-being for everybody. Thank you for your attention.